Hi guys, this is Jason from RJ Dukes. Today's topic is what you're going to do when you're trying to sell some older cards and some things to keep in mind when you're trying to sell those older cards, aka junk wax. So we got 3 points that we want to discuss. Condition of the cards is the first point. How have these cards been kept? So if you're like me when I was a kid, there's a reason they were called shoebox cards. You threw them in shoe boxes, you wrapped rubber bands around them. If that's how you kept your cards right off the bat, you got to be concerned about the value of these cards. Is there yellowing? Is there distortion? If you're going in and you're trying to sell a card and you have it in an old top loader and the top loader is yellow, just kind of a little hint for you, you might want to trade out the top loader. It'll help out for the visual appeal. Are there any folds? Are there any creases? I mean, this is just the general overview look at the cards. Is it clean? You don't have to be a grader to look at a card and go, this card probably shouldn't be sold, this should be thrown away. The next thing is, what years are they from? I know I alluded to junk wax, but there are very clearly years that have more value than others. So a little bit to be looking for. Are these cards from the 50s? Are these cards from the 60s? Are these cards from the 70s? Right off the bat, you've got a little something because there are collectors out there who are going to want those. If we start getting into the mid-80s to the 2000s, the early 2000s, that's the definition of junk wax. If you've got junk wax, it's probably not going to be worth as much as it could be. Are these lesser known guys? Are these going to, even if it's modern cards, you have to keep in mind what a market is. And you might like your average second baseman at your local team, but if there's no market for it, it's probably not going to sell very well. Additional things. Sometimes when you go to sell, people are going to say no. You have to keep that stuff in mind. The reality is, just because you love a card doesn't make it valuable. I had to own that myself, so something to keep in mind. You know, you're going to get people who just say no because the reality is it just isn't something that they feel like they can sell. It's not something for their market, and you shouldn't take that personally. And there are other options. So if you are coming in, so obviously we're in a card shop. If you're coming into the card shop and we say no, we're not the only game in town. We've gotten to the point where there are card shows all over the place. Obviously you can sell through any online outlet, but there are other places to go as well. Consider either donating the cards or giving them away. Obviously options that you can get into. So that's all for today. So if you have any questions or any comments, leave a comment for us, hit like and save for us, and we'll be back and we'll talk to you again about some stuff.